Hello, fabulous souls. I hope all of you are doing incredible. Happy Tuesday, of course. We're doing a collective message, so do take it as a resonates. That's because my ASS can't seem to stop being so MIA all the dang time. So yes, my bad, my bad, my bad. Anyways, I hope you guys are doing great though. Either way, if I can make you smile, that's the better part of the day, eh? Either way, let's find out what God has to say. What is it? God, it's your turn. You got the stage front and center. What does the collective need to know? Oh, good Lord. Too many things. Too many things. Just kidding. Not enough sometimes, is it? You got 4 different energies popping through for you, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing when it so happens to flow like that. We got wisdom number 33, experience number 38, Thunderbird clan number 7, and medicine wheel number 0, which is good thing the energy that the full moon in Aries that we just had yesterday, that's like a brand new chapter has begun for like the most of us. Okay, good 85% of us at least. Either way, with the wisdom, you guys you could be between the ages of 33 to 83 for some of y'all. Okay, it doesn't mean you have to be, but it's out here. You'll be born on the 7th day of the month specifically. You guys could be born in 1983. Okay, because that's there. But either way, it could be something to do with July as well, because that's the number 7, right? It could be something to do with the 7th house, but we are in Libra season, which is a 7th house energy. So, of course, anything within your 7th house right now, like your sign you have in your 7th house, is the energy you're going to be really working with the most, and how you will actually get through a lot of things that are kind of like challenges or obstacles or even delays. Like the sign you have in the house that we're in is usually what's going to help you get through that. But we have universal law, learning and sharing, letting go, movement forward, reflection, imminent change, life force, rebuilding, oneness, inner growth, and contemplation. Y'all have been contemplating so many things. You want movement, you want forward movement, you are reflecting, and you have been rebuilding new things within your own life force that you have learned about. There's a lot of universal law, so within that, that's like the yin and the yang, the dark and the light, the balance between, okay, and everything that happens in between. With that, you're sharing things, and I feel like, yeah, that's a part of your inner growth. That's all a part of this established inner growth that you have been undergoing right now. Okay, so let's just say for the meantime, this energy is looking real healthy, real healthy. Okay, like I'm not just talking like physical health, I'm talking about spiritual, emotional, mental, sexual health. All of those are looking real good. Like you've been putting a lot of time, energy, effort, and love into it. You know what I mean? So I love that for you guys. But let's see a little bit more. Good. Morality. Yeah, you've been developing on your morals, your boundaries, your standards, the things that actually help you proceed with progress forward, okay? Because it's hard for you to be around people who lack the moral, lack common sense. It's like that they have to learn their lessons, and you're like, I've stepped out of that. I don't judge them. I wish them well, and I wish them the best, and I hope that they get through it and learn their lessons. But I don't put up with that anymore, and it's just like you have separated yourself from that sector of toxicity. Okay. But yeah, you have developed your morals. Okay, so you have allowed yourself to be humble about how you go about your boundaries. Okay, so it's not like God is saying you're being judgmental, you're doing this wrong. No, you're doing it right. So whatever, maybe people are all up in your grill for some of you, and they're like, I just can't believe you would just tell me no, or I can't believe you would, not have time for me. I've done this for you. I've done that for you. But it's like, well, did you only do that for me to use it over my head? Or like, yeah, that's something you have to sit with, son. I can say no if I want to say no. If I have not enough energy, I have not enough energy. And the thing that they lack to understand is that if you don't have enough energy and you say yes, the energy you are giving is less and poor. It's not good energy, it's poor energy, right? So that energy you're giving, which is not so much good energy, is also going to ripple into the effects of whatever you are doing to give that energy of you don't have enough to give. Okay? So yeah, it does seem to always have a effect when we're not in like a full cup setting, or at least a little bit of half cup setting. If we're like less than that depleted, there's no good energy coming from us, and we know that, but it's something that the others lack to understand. That now, that's something they have to sit with and figure out, obviously. And honestly, in all reality, later on, when they do learn their lessons, they're going to thank you for saying no when you did, because they'll see it. They'll see it one day, you know? Either way, let's find out a little bit more. Some alien tarot we got going on here. I'm all about that cosmic, galactic stuff. That's because that's where I'm from, y'all. Anyway, let's go. Let's get it. What is this energy? Ace of Cups reversed. Yeah, you guys have really come out of a place of emotional discomfort. Like you were feeling very emotionally disturbed. You were not feeling like uppity, filled with like good emotion and like excitement and joy, and you know what I mean. Like the Ace of Cup in the reverse, the cup. We were just talking about the cup. The cup was depleted because it was turned upside down, because it just kept leaking and giving and giving and giving, and there was nothing being replenished from the cup, right? That's his energy. So like the Ace of Cups saying, "Hey, the cup's upside down. Everything's spilling. There's no way for me to catch any of this stuff if I'm upside down." Okay, that's the point. That's exactly what we were elaborating on. The High Priestess. This is your knowledge. This is your wisdom. This is the things that you have exceptionally inherited within your intellect, your mind, your emotions. So you've increased the intelligence, in those aspects, which has also been beneficial for your physical, beneficial for your other specific aspects, sexual as well, financial too, and energetically. So you've been really fixing and trying to make things better. Sorry, I got a phone call, but let's keep going. We have Eight of Pentacles reverse. See, this is exactly the energy I was seeing, where there was some things in your life in the past where you were just really pouring from an empty cup because you were feeling the like less motivation. You were not very ambitious. Like it's one of those days where you wake up in bed and you're like, I don't even want to get out of bed. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do the dishes. I don't want to get up and get ready. I don't want to get up to make the bed. I just don't want to do this. Like I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Like I'm drained. I'm fed up with this. Like that was you pouring from an empty cup because you were so tired and exhausted and like filled with just so much disappointment, because nobody seemed to be helping you. Nobody seemed to be doing their part, or like nobody's really taking care of their engine. Like I always try to explain it like we're all our own individual vehicles, right? And we all should be taking care of ourselves. But it's like you were trying to take care of yourself while you're also trying to be a mechanic for other people's vehicles. And it's like you can't keep doing that if you yourself, your engine, your check engine light is on, then you're running around trying to do all this stuff for other people. And it's like it's really like you couldn't give to yourself. You couldn't just be your own mechanic. You couldn't just fix yourself or find a way to relieve yourself, release some things, do some meditation, get back to the centered part of yourself. That kind of energy was happening for you. And this is a Virgo's energy, also Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces with the Ace of Cups. But Chinese years are sheep, rabbit, pig, and rooster. Okay. They can also be part of your seventh chart, your seventh house, part of the chart of the seventh house. That's what I meant. Anyway, let's keep going. Temperance. Yeah, there was no balance. Okay. And there was no moderation. Like nothing was being done in moderation. Everything you were doing was overloaded. You were doing way too much. You were overextension of your energy to every single thing and every little aspect. And that was really throwing you out of balance, out of whack. It made you feel like descent, like in a sense of a descent. Like you just felt distant from other people. You felt drained. You didn't feel like you wanted to engage in things, conversations with people. Like you just go to the store and usually maybe you're like a talkative, upbeat person. You're always like, hey, how are you doing? Thank you for helping me. I hope you're having a great day, whatever. And maybe like lately you just, I don't even want to engage in conversation. Like I just don't have the energy to like try. That's this whole energy here. Also Sagittarius with the Temperance, by the way, or Chinese year rat. Okay. But that's this energy right there with all those in the reverse. Okay. So with all this letting go, this movement forward, this contemplating about oneness and imminent change and trying to rebuild and learn and share what's happening now with all that energy, God, the Eight of Wands reversed, where there was blockages. Where there was blockages, you're finally allowing these blockages to be let go. You are standing in your boundaries, like we were talking about that morality. Okay, like you're standing up for yourself. You're standing in your corner. You're fighting your corner. You know what I mean? Like, and they're not letting anybody just take you down. Even if they had a connection with you, 2 cups reverse, even if they had a connection to past, whatever, you have the ability to say no. And that's where I was feeling people could be a little bit upset. I can't believe you're telling me no. I can't believe you're not going to help me. I can't believe like I helped you to do these things. I'm going to hold this over your head, blah, 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 blah. You know, you got Leo and Cancer's energy here. We already had Cancer, but Leo's now new. You got the 5 of Cups. These people were just draining of your energy emotionally. You were feeling like even degraded because nobody was actually caring for your emotions. Like you're sitting there trying to care for others. You felt like your own emotions were being disrespected. With the 5 of Cups, it was a very depressing, sad, not wanting to do anything, emotionally like distraught and depleted. That was what's happening in this energy, you know. And then you got the 4 of Swords reversed, where you're trying to heal from this energy. You're trying to rest, you're trying to reset, you're trying to recalibrate your energy, you know. Like there's a recalibration type of feeling and a rejuvenating energy with the 4 swords reverse, Libra's energy, while we're in Libra season number 7. That's that life force rebuilding and imminent change. We're also on today, which is October 7th, so that could be a significant thing. You have the 3 of Wands reverse. Yeah, there's been things where you're just knowing you haven't been able to have like the actual action to take, like the actual energy to take action, that one. So the feeling is like you were depleted, and you know that you need to rest, you know that you need to heal some things that were really exhausting to your mentality, to your emotions, and all these things. With the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, that was just all the bad luck. And the thing with that is this bad luck that you were carrying wasn't even yours to carry. It was a lot of other energies, because you were depleting yourself by pouring from an empty cup already, and you kept giving to all these other energies. But it's because you felt as if maybe if you didn't give to them, they would think you're a bad person, or they just wouldn't like you anymore, or they would think some weird way of you. And it's like, you don't need their validation. You don't need their opinion to live a life where you are actually taken care of. You don't need them to validate your, your ways of doing things. So like say you are always cleaning or organizing or keeping things, looking nice, right? And then maybe people don't even come over all the time, but you do it anyway because you never know. Like, I just want to make sure everything looks pretty good, put together, all the things. But then you realize that you're putting more strain on yourself when people aren't even coming to see your house. Nobody's even coming over. You're just trying to keep it straightened up, but there's nobody coming. And it's like, to the point where, do you think you really needed it that straightened up right now, or do you think you could actually take the time to relax for a moment before could you think you could actually take the moment to gain some energy before you go about doing that? And also, could you do it in a way where you're not stressing your mind, where you're actually going with you're flowing with it? You're like, you know what, I don't have to take this as such a serious thing. I can have fun with this. I can clean my house and know it's a good thing, it's a fun thing. I could put music on, I could do my thing, I can do little things here and there. I can stop and pause. I don't have to rush. There's no reason for me to rush. Like, I'm giving you like a simple put little metaphorical picture, okay, so that you can understand where I'm coming from. It's like, well, you're exerting too much energy into things that you want other people to validate, but nobody's even there to validate it. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so it's like the only person you could truly validate is yourself. And if you can see it like that, and like you take the energy for yourself, you take the time to gain the energy, you take the time to do your house, you're going to feel better, because you're like, I did it for me. I didn't do it for them. I did it for me. I feel good. I validated myself. And when you start really doing things more for yourself, and you start like working on that engine, being that you're your own mechanic to your own vehicle, you do that more and more, the less outside external energies matter. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't even care what anybody says. I really don't. And I was almost always like that. I was always a little rebel, okay? I didn't care what anybody wanted from me, or wanted me to do, or wanted me to say. I did what I wanted to do, because I know my energy and what I was going to do was way more meaningful than the way somebody else wanted me to act, or the way somebody else wanted me to do something. It had nothing to do with their energy, it had everything to do with mine. Now, the more I do this, the more I am practicing this, the more I am even sharing this and trying to teach you guys as well through it, because obviously it popped up. But the more that this happens, the more I have less like excitement about what the outside world view is going to be. I have more excitement for what my inner view is going to be. Like, my soul feels good. My soul feels recognized because I recognize it. My energy feels good because I give it time, because I give it space, I give it love, I give it support, I give it the things that it needs that other people cannot seem to do, because they're not me to even know what I need. right? You got to realize nobody really knows what you need but you. And if you don't know what you need, that's why it's real cue. Like it's the cue to get to know yourself a little bit better. You deserve happiness. So does everybody else. And eventually one day they'll see that, but they need to stop thinking that happiness looks a certain way. Okay, maybe happiness looks a certain way to them. They need to stop looking at other people and like, oh, you don't look happy. But somebody could be like, oh no, I'm happy and life is fine. Maybe right now I'm just a little drained. I'm just trying to reboot my energy a little bit. Doesn't mean I'm not happy, but it seems like everybody seems to have an opinion about something. But oh, you don't look happy. You look miserable. You can't even smile right now. I don't have the energy to smile right now, but I'm very happy in life. Like I'm cool. Everything is good, but I don't need your opinion to tell me that. And if anything, it's a reflection of how you feel about yourself. Are you not happy? You know what I mean? Like these are things that happen every day. Every day. Okay, like all over the place every day. The King of Swords is even on the bottom. There's so much intellect. You guys are very intelligent and wise. And so that energy is that's like the energy, the piece, the part of you that's always been a part of you, but there's been other little things trying to keep you away from this energy. And this is your power. The King of Swords is like a powerful energy. This is your authority. You know, this is you knowing divine law, universal law, moral code. Okay, not the regular simple physical world code and law, because that's not real. Universal law, moral code for the universe, God's moral code. Okay, intention is everything. But I'm going to say that this is really you really needing this insight or this guidance to really focus on your own vehicle at this time. Okay, so just do what you can do for you and say no without guilt, because you don't need to feel guilty for somebody else is really needing you for something. And in all reality, when you say no, it means they truly don't need you, because that was all divinely orchestrated. Once you say, I don't want to help right now, or I can't help right now, or I'm not able to, you're going to have to wait until my energy is rebooted, or you can just go ahead and do it yourself. If you're that impatient, you'll figure it out. That's a lesson for them to figure out. They don't need you in that lesson. That's the whole point of you saying no. You're not inverting yourself, or what's the right word? You're not giving yourself into something where you're like, yeah, let me put myself back into this toxicity or this energy that I know is going to drain me further. No, you're like, nah, I have boundaries. I have a wall right here. You can't come past this right now. This wall is here because I need energy and time for me. And I need to reboot, and I need to recalibrate, and I need to rejuvenate every little piece of myself. Okay, I need to meditate. I need to, I don't know, maybe do some slow breathing, some slow breaths, listen to some meditation music, maybe some frequency music, hertz music, like there's 777 or 555, or you can put 545, or you could put 111, right? There's so many things that help with divine alignment, with helping with the balance and the centering and the grounding of self and the healing, right? This is just something I see, like you guys have been on a journey of healing for a long time. But there's been a lot of great progress. That's the whole point of this. There's been great progress, but you kind of still have found yourself in situations where people love to seem to drain you. And the thing is the more they think they need you, it's actually the less that they do, to be honest with you. But the more that they think that they need you, the reason why they think they need you is because you give them the easy way out. Okay? The moment you say no, you're giving yourself the permission to not have to carry the weight of other people, and you're actually no longer enabling them. You're actually giving them back their lesson for them to figure it out on their own, while you're over here figuring out your rest of your stuff, because you are stepping back into your power of the King of Swords. Of course, there's conflict is all around, but justice is here. So justice, being God, is like, oh, don't worry, divine intervention, don't worry, I got your back. Okay, you keep doing you. Eight of Swords in the reverse. You keep yourself out of these energies. Eight of Swords means do not get back into a restricted environment. Do not get back into a hands tied situation. Okay, all right. I hope you guys understand all that, and I hope it helped. Have a beautiful rest of your day.